Nummer 41 der Welt, ein früherer UK Open Viertelfinalist und seit letztem Monat der amtierende German Darts Champion aus Südafrika, the African Warrior, Devon Peterson.
Cause this is Africa. This time for Africa.
Sein Gegner kommt aus Wales. Er ist der amtierende World Series of Darts Finals Champion und zweifacher und amtierender Grand Slam of Darts Champion. Hier ist the Iceman, Gerwyn Price.
Now that the party is jumping, with the bass kicked in and the figures are pumping, quick to the point, no faking, cooking MCs like a pound of bacon, burning them, being quick and nimble. I go crazy when I hear a cymbal and a hi-hat with a souped up tempo. I'm on a roll, it's time to go solo, rolling.
An absolute monster clash here at the European Darts Grand Prix. It is Gerwyn Price, the new world #2, against Devon Peterson, the winner of the last European Tour event that took place in Hildesheim. Now, if you discount the Premier League finals night on Thursday, which is obviously the culmination of a tournament that's taken place over, well, pretty much the whole year, the last 5 events in PDC Darts have been won by these two men. Devon winning the last Euro Tour, Gerwyn Price winning the World Grand Prix, the World Series finals, and 2 Pro Tours at the end of the autumn series. It is fair to say that these two are 2 of the form men in world darts right now, and indeed this year. And it is also fair to say, although there'll be plenty of people who'll argue with you, that that man in the black and grey shirt is the best player of this sport on planet Earth right now.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, it's Devon to throw first. Game on.
However, Devon did beat him in Hildesheim in a Euro Tour Classic. Are we in for another one here? Paul Nicholson alongside me to find out.
I hope so.
Yeah, so do I.
Just had a great game between Clemens and Wade, where Clemens has failed to get to a Sunday again, so that anomaly still continues.
99.
But this one, I sincerely hope it goes deep, 11, maybe 10 legs, and I expect Devon to get
81.
a truckload of 180s.
I'm expecting a truckload between the pair of them, certainly. This might be one, but it isn't.
99.
I mean, it was a feisty encounter when they met in Hildesheim, but played in good spirit, to be fair. Certainly seems to be less edge between these two than there is between Devon and Michael van Gerwen at the moment.
I think it's forgotten that Gessie is actually a very gracious loser.
Yeah, there are people have stuck their flags in various camps, and in the anti-Gerwyn Price camp, it was the same with Phil Taylor. The same with a number of players. People just go, don't like him, and they're not going to change their mind, don't even try.
134. Going to 164.
You don't have to like him.
No?
You've got to respect him, though,
You have
because he's
to respect
one
him.
of the best players in the world.
Absolutely.
Can't deny that he's very good at what he does. Tell you what, I saw that clip of him running down the field at the Millennium Stadium in a rugby shirt. He looked pretty handy at that and all.
90. Going to
What else he's good at? He's obviously multi-talented. 16 ball, double 9, little shift to the left.
52.
Made a bit of a mess of that. Looked like he might have rescued it on the treble 16, but Devon Peterson, who's not got going at all in this leg, could hold his throw. Beautiful. Double 12.
77. Going to
He's wearing
require
a very
18.
fetching shade of blue today. I haven't seen this shirt before.
Yes, on the
for
first
Devon,
leg.
but
Going
it's the shade of green hit by the
Second leg
Iceman.
is going to throw first.
Should
Game
feel at
on.
home, yeah, it is a bit chilly.
Yeah, a bit odd being at the Glass Ballast on a Saturday night and it not being absolutely buzzing, full of fans as it would normally. Obviously, the restrictions in place.
I was saying to Marty earlier that we haven't got the Glass Palast fog.
Yes, which I can only assume is linked to the amount of bodies in here. Here we go, Devon. Oh.
140.
Doesn't matter what type of game we get here, it's going to be dramatic.
97.
Even if it's a bad game, it's probably going to go 11 legs. If it's a great game, it'll go 11 legs.
Well, the thing is, whatever happens, it's a significant game, isn't it? Because we know that Devon Peterson can
190.
win these titles now. We already knew that Gerwyn Price could win these titles. I mean, I don't know what the outright odds for the title ahead of the weekend are, but I assume it's
98.
Gerwyn Price and Michael van Gerwen who are very, very close in the running.
Tell you one thing, Dan. Gerwyn Price is going to be very,
140.
very happy that Devon Peterson is not going to Risa, where he's going to try and get the three-peat.
59.
Wins it 3 times in a
Devon
row. He may have it
Uruguay,
named after
102.
him.
He'll want to win that. It was about this time last year where he said, I'm going to Risa. I want to retain the
42.
title there,
Devon
and I want to
Uruguay,
retain the title in the
148.
Grand Slam. And he did both of those things.
Another. Oh, that was in if the dart wasn't. That was a really well thrown dart. And this is where
92.
Devon wants
Devon
to
Uruguay,
find the
60.
single to the right or left. Right in the middle, of course.
Yeah,
Does. I know,
That's
great
Devon
shot.
Peterson.
Does not matter.
Devon is
14
Devon
darter
to
for
throw
Devon
first.
to break back immediately. One apiece here. It's fair to say, though, that neither man's really got going on the scoring as yet.
Game
Gerwyn
on.
Price hasn't had a 140 in the first couple of legs, let alone a 180. That'll change. I'm sure of it.
I'm going to take you back in time a little bit now,
100.
Dan. Of course, when it comes to South African darts in the last decade, it's been all about the man on stage right now, and he has taken South
96.
African darts and African darts to a new level.
Mm-hmm.
But take Devon away, who do you remember?
The Rooster, Warwick Sheffer.
Good player.
Yeah, he was. I tell you what, he came over
91.
and played quite a bit, and he was looking dangerous for a while, and then just seemed to went back to South Africa. You know the guy that I would have loved to have seen a bit more of, because he played with Dev at the World Cup.
57.
Liam Smith.
Yeah, was it Liam Smith? Was that his name?
Or Liam Brady, was it? Something like...
Liam Brady was the footballer. But yeah, I think it was Liam, his first name.
We'll just call him Liam.
Yeah. He had a really good World Cup.
97.
Dev was not playing very well at all at the time. But yeah, other than that, Charles Losper,
100.
very much one of the guys who inspired Devon to take up the game, I believe. Copper back in... Was it Cape Town or was it Johannesburg?
Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Yeah.
59.
Got a really good Charles Losper story. Well, it's a bit morbid, actually.
No. Come on, don't bring us down.
He got the nickname the Hitman, and he hated it because it was based on the fact that he
78.
had to pull his weapon the previous week on duty.
154.
But he was such a lovely guy. Don't forget about Wynand Havinga.
Fine and have anger,
64.
yeah.
Going
He was boisterous.
70.
Now, could this be the blue touch paper being lit by the Iceman who wants the ball?
145.
Cullen hit it earlier
Devon Uruguay,
to finish
90.
the match against Highbrechts.
It's the biggest scoring visit of the game so far, that, for Gezi. Can Dev hit it?
65.
Same sort of
Devon
result.
Uruguay, 25.
Different routes possibly for 25. Gezi trying to close out Peterson, and does so with a very clean 25.
Full leg is going to throw
Plenty of
first.
practice of doubles
Game
in the
on.
last couple of weeks. He probably thinks that playing straight start again is a little bit of a breath of fresh air, because he didn't
93.
feel comfortable playing double start, but adapted to it.
Well, it's taken him a few years, to be fair, hasn't it? I mean, he's never really enjoyed the World Grand Prix.
Imagine that,
Until this
winning a
year.
tournament you don't like.
Well, I think his opinion might have changed slightly about it. Somebody gives you 110 grand.
He's covered what the Grand Slam gave him 2 years ago, so from a rankings perspective, he's covered it.
Well, plus, I think there's more
59.
money on the way, isn't there?
I think so. I mean, whoever he's going to have in his group, he's going to come through it, isn't he?
100.
Trying to think. I mean, who's come closest to beating Gerwyn Price at the Grand Slam over the last couple of years? Probably Mikuru Suzuki, I would imagine.
Not a bad shout.
140.
Oh, it's yet to really catch fire, this game, hasn't it? Which is slightly odd.
100.
But then Devon was kind of bubbling under against Gerwyn in the early stages in
81.
Hildesheim, and then really just had to go. But even when Gerwyn was winning legs, Devon was still scoring big. Oh, look at this. That's better. Well, weirdly, Gerwyn Price has only had 2 visits of 140 or more in this game. One of them is that 150 checkout. The other was the attempted 170. But in the scoring phase of the game, it's kind of a bit ploddy from the Iceman right now.
Yeah, it's a bit of a squib game, isn't it?
It's a strange one.
Certain rivalries will constantly provide, like Anderson and Van Gerwen, Wright and Van Gerwen always seem to go to the A+ level, but this one
42
is B game stuff. It's more likely C or D game for Devon in this one, and he's doing a bit of ghost dart stuff at the back of the stage, just trying to get the address position. And there's the first 180 for Price.
I did not think it would take his 4.5 legs to see the first 180 in this contest. Floodgates! Floodgates are opening!
2 down, many to go.
130.
It's starting to heat up now. Somebody's turned the heating on. Got to move.
59. Going Uruguay.
What does he do
92.
here? Aggressive route. Oh, conventional. No double doubles here. And why would you?
On the 5th leg, Gerwyn Price. 6th leg is Gerwyn to throw first.
Gerwyn.
Game on.
His average is climbing, but it's not really been about the averages of the scoring, it's the finishing. The 92, the 150, nearly took the 170. And cleared up the 25 that he left. He's not making many mistakes at the back end of legs, Gerwyn Price. It's an efficient display without being one of those devastating ones.
Looks very comfortable. Even though he didn't start the match with blistering pace, Price has just got on with his job. Looks like a man playing with a bit of ease.
I mean, pedestrian first 3 or 4 legs, and yet Gerwyn Price is still averaging 100 here.
What did we say when you got the best players in the world playing B game stuff? They can still do 100 of B game stuff.
Exactly. This is it. Devon Peterson has undoubtedly been playing some world-class darts this year, and a lot of world-class darts. But what he will find, if he wants to be really living with the likes of Price and Wright and MVG and working his way up to the ranking, not only does he have to go into the big tournament scores, but you've got to do it all the time, over and over and over again. Because that, in the words of John Hart, big boy darts.
Yeah. Do like that.
Big boy darts.
Well, if this goes in,
17.
doesn't.
Devon
Would have
Uruguay
had the same
82.
scoreline from Hildesheim that Devon Peterson got himself out of. Well, now he's got to go 25 and bull. This is going to have to be a worldy find. Well, there's the 25, and he's got to go further to the right. He's going to throw this over Kirk's shoulder.
Surely this doesn't go.
Oh,
57.
Well, it would have been a wonder.
Devon Uruguay 40.
5-1 it is. Will history repeat itself, or will it be a thumping victory for the Iceman? There are no signs right now that that comeback is going to
91.
come.
Well, that's it. Look, Devon wasn't averaging 88 at this point when he was 5-1 down in Hildesheim. That's the thing. He was playing well. He just happened to find himself missing chances and Gerwyn was taking hits. Here, he's not played well. There's not been enough of that.
Second dart has not been
100.
prime in this match.
You see, 95 first 9 average for Devon there. If you go and compare that to what he's been doing
97.
on the tour this year, he is right up there with the best players.
He's 10 more than what he's doing right now.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Well, the first 9 average for Devon Peterson, yeah, is about 108 over the tour, and that is for more than 50 games.
There's been a couple of darts in this match. I think 4 to be exact. Price has thrown dart 3, and it hasn't been right in his hand, but he's thrown it anyway. Is that a sign that he's a bit cold?
Going
Just wants to get rid of it. Maybe a lack of match practice since the final last week.
48 to leave tops.
52.
Can't produce it, but Devon's on a bogey number. Nothing he can do about it after the second dart of his previous visit. Well, it's one of the games that we'd highlighted today as a standout tie. It hasn't really delivered in that regard, but what has been delivered is Gerwyn Price delivering the result, because double 12 again. Now double 6 as some idiot whistles.
66. Thank you. Devon, you require 72.
No need for it. Double 16 and make Gezi feel sick.
Yeah, on the 7th flag, Devon Peterson.
Okay.
He's laying his go to throw
just
first.
yet.
Game on.
It's only a hold of throw, though.
There's a portion of Gezi that thought that double 12 was in, because it went in at a slightly funny angle, but it was very close still. He's throwing bad darts and then nearly hitting.
76.
Look at the force of that dart going forward, and he's trying to keep that head in the same position as well. Great camera angle, that. See that the dart player wants the arm to work, but the body to be still. I can imagine Gezi's got pretty good core strength.
You would think.
I wonder how long he'd be playing for. I reckon he'd probably boss that if we had a dart player plank contest.
I'll tell you what, look, whenever this game culminates, you go up on stage and ask him. See if he gives a demonstration.
100.
It depends if he wins first.
Yeah, don't do it if he loses this 6-5. I don't think he's going to from here, though, because this...
125.
That just does open the door slightly. But only if there's a big score from Devon.
He could find himself on double 12 again.
He's left 165. I mean, the first one was an unfortunate error. That one is an idiotic mistake.
23.
So they didn't whistle this time.
Good. They shouldn't be. Why would you come to the darts and try and put people off?
Precisely. 3 darts at tops.
95.
Should be only one result from here.
40.
For 6-2. There it is. Gerwyn Price makes it 23 wins in his last 24 games. And Devon Peterson, well, he just didn't really get going at any stage in that match. Nicked a couple of legs from the Iceman, but he may well be the man to beat this weekend. Scintillating form, an incredible array of titles this year already. More may be on the way, and they may be on the way this weekend. He will take on Jose de Sousa in what looks like a mouth-watering game in the last 16 tomorrow.
A win in the second round through to tomorrow's final day of action. We're building this up as what could be the game of the day, really, but Devon didn't really turn up, didn't really play the way he can.
Yeah, well, I'm happy with that. I don't want him to come out flying with the 180s like he can. I mean, I was even 5-1 up in this game. The last European, I'm 5-1 up and I bombed it, and I thought maybe that could happen again, but you know, I played pretty decent. I put him under pressure, and yeah, he wasn't the Devon of new.
Tomorrow it's going to be Jose de Sousa. I remember him making his debut last year in Copenhagen, but by now he really is a household name. Players really know what this guy can do. Yeah,
I played Jose a couple of times, especially on the Pro Tours, never on a European stage or a major stage, but yeah, he's a fantastic player. I need to be on my game tomorrow, and I need to improve on today, and yeah, hopefully I can do that.
We're looking forward to that game tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Iceman, Gerwyn Price. Ich habe nochmal zu ihm gesagt, dass